Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Trendy Spotlight. 8. Romulans Laris. The Romulans have been one of Starfleet's most consistent antagonists since they debuted the Star Trek The Original Series episode in Balance of Terror, yet not many individual Romulans have made a deep impression on Star Trek canon. The most fully formed authentic Romulan character so far has been Laris, or played by Orla Brady, assistant and occasional love interest of Jean-Luc Picard, played by Patrick Stewart on Star Trek Picard. Laris was a former Tal Shiar operative who became disillusioned with the Romulan way of life after a supernova wiped out Romulus. She would eventually become one of Picard's closest confidantes. 7. Ferengi Quark. After a disastrous debut in Star Trek The Next Generation Season 1 as a new antagonistic species, the Ferengi were reimagined as ultra-capitalists for Star Trek Deep Space Nine. No one embodied the ethos more fully than Quark, played by Armin Shimmerman, the Ferengi who ran the bar on DS9. Ostensibly obsessed with profit above all else, Quark was also extremely loyal to his family who helped him run the bar to the station. He also enjoyed a love-hate relationship with the station's security chief, the changeling Odo, who was never quite sure if he detested or admired Quark's ability to bend the rules. 6. Kardashian's Elim Garak. There is an argument to be made that the most notable Kardashian is actually Gul Dukat, played by Mark Alaimo, a sneering opportunist who oversaw some of the worst atrocities of the Cardassian occupation of Bahor. The more interesting enduring character is Elim Garak, a former Cardassian spy who served as DS9's resident tailor. Garak had all the qualities of most Cardassians, the arrogance, the superiority complex, but he was also a man of deep convictions who often disagreed with the more egregious acts of his people. His friendship with Dr. Julian Bashir is one of Star Trek's best. 5. Bahrain's Kira Nerys. A survivor of the Kardashian occupation, Major Kira Nerys was initially presented as someone still deeply traumatized by war and reluctant to accept assistance from Starfleet. She would eventually blossom into one of Star Trek's most complicated characters, a deeply spiritual woman haunted by her days as a freedom fighter on her home planet. Her bond with Odo would eventually evolve into a sweet but short-lived romance, as he was forced to return to the Great Link at the end of DS9. Number 4. Borg 7 of 9. 7 of 9 joined the cast of Star Trek Voyager at the beginning of Season 4. She was removed from the Borg Collective after a truce between Captain Catherine Janeway, and the Borg dissolved. Not quite Borg, but not quite human. 7 spent her years on Voyager attempting to reconcile the reality of who she was, often with the help of the ship's holographic doctor. She would team up decades later with Jean-Luc Picard, another notable former Borg. In Star Trek, Picard still struggling to find her place in the galaxy after Voyager eventually made it home to Earth. Number 3. Changeling's Odo. Odo served as the irascible security chief on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Highly suspicious and slow to trust, Odo was originally presented as something of a mystery before it was revealed in DS9 Season 3 that he was a member of the Changelings, the founders of the Dominion. Odo was torn between finally knowing his people and feeling horrified as the Dominion's actions. Odo harbored a secret love for Kira Nerys before they eventually became a couple in DS9 Season 7. But when Section 31 infected Great Link with a morphogenic virus, Odo finally returned to his home world for good to heal his people. Number 2. Trail Jadzia Dax. The Trail are a symbolic species with a sort of giant slug creature living in their torsos, containing the memories and personalities of all of its former hosts. A young Benjamin Sisko was acquainted with Curzon Daz, an older man he saw as a mentor. By the time Sisko took command of DS9, the Dax symbiote had been transferred to a young woman known as Jadzia Dax. Sisko and Dax maintained their previous relationship, with Sisko even called Jadzia Old Man. Jadzia also notably fell in love and married Worf, though their love would be short-lived as Jadzia was murdered by Gul Dukat in DS9 Season 6. Number 1. Kelpian Saru. Perhaps Star Trek Discovery's single greatest achievement has been the character of the Kelpian Saru. Beyond the remarkable makeup and prosthetics used to bring the character to life, Saru brought something new to Star Trek. Obviously brilliant but never arrogant, Saru was defined by his gentleness, which was often pushed to its breaking point by the adventurous Michael Burnham. Saru also stood as an evolutionary important figure in his species, ridding himself of the intense fear that often defined his species. It's a magnificent performance by Jones, who has made a career out of playing gentle monsters. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.